Omapeyina na do danko Akufo-Addo kyerɛ sɛ ne bɔhyɛ a wɔhyɛ wɔ mfimfini mmienu ne edu ensia bra no wɔbɔ nto no bedi ne nyina so ama Ghana yɛ kra bɛhwɛ. Wɔse wɔno n'ani suade no ekita ne yɛ baako pɛ ne sɛ wɔsiesie Ghana de ama nkyirima. Wɔkyerɛ mu sɛ Ghana de hye bi sɔre a no mo ka eto ayampia sɛ wɔno no yɛ bɔntoa. Nea ɔpa ne sɛ obedi kurim no sɛ nyɛ saa koraa na mmom ne ɔpɛ ne sɛ Ghana betimi agya ne nan so biem. Na adodanko Akufo-Addo de to dwa wɔ Senegal amamu ebra no ne Ghana de hye wɔ no mo ahyia mu no.
The most important thing we have done since we came to office, apart from the speeches, is the first budget that we have passed. And in that budget, we have done 2 or 3 important things. First of all, we began the process of reviving our economy. Most jobs in Ghana are in the private sector, not in the public sector. And if the private sector doesn't have the strength to be able to operate and grow, it becomes difficult to create jobs. So our attitude has been, let us do whatever we can to strengthen the private sector in Ghana so that it can work and create jobs, especially for our young people. A whole over 1 billion cedis of revenue in taxes has been taken away from the public exchequer in order for that money to stay in the private sector and get the private sector to pick up and move forward. That's one very important decision that our government has made, and this is the commitment that we're making. Secondly, you know my obsession, I have to call it that obsession, about making sure that education is accessible to all our people. I've been saying so for the last 6 or 7 years, that if God gave me the chance to come into office in Ghana, I would make sure that basic education, which includes senior high school education in Ghana, was free for all our young men. The problem our economy is facing, a 2.4 million indebtedness in our energy sector. That is the debt overhang. The monies that are owed by VRA, owed by ECG, the very, very extravagant contracts that we have signed for power supply have meant that, as we speak now, $2.4 billion is what is owed, and maybe more, as we are now discovering, looking at the books and seeing exactly what is happening. That's a big, big, big constraint on the growth of our economy. Ofreata, Boache Jako, and the others, they're thinking of measures to deal with it. One of them may be that we float some kind of long-term bond, which I hope some of you will contribute to, even if it's in small amounts, that would allow us to retire the energy debt, free the sector of that problem, and then we can then begin to plan the energy needs of the country in the years ahead. We are determined to turn around the fortunes of Ghana. Ghana should not be a poor nation. We are not a poor nation. May I refuse the description of Ghana as a poor country. We are a rich nation, and what we need to do is to be able to work and make sure that that wealth of Ghana is apparent in the lives of our people.